So happy Friday, everybody. As you know me, I'm Romina Mastias, and we're gonna do a quick icebreaker. Okay, what I want you to do, I want you to find one item that reminds you of fall. It can be Halloween, anything that you have nearby. I have my mug because I love coffee. If you can, oh, look at that. So I see everyone is, can you
It's a wood
maybe
candy
share?
bowl. It's a wood candy bowl.
All right. What about you, Leslie? I can't see what it is.
It's
Can
a
you
little,
describe it?
it's a mini broom that smells like cinnamon from Trader
Okay.
Joe's.
All right. You guys were quick to find something. Now, why did you pick that, Leslie? Is that
Because it was the only thing I could think of.
there you go. If you can't find anything, you can just share a picture, anything that reminds you of fall or Halloween, or if you want to share about any plans for Halloween, if you don't know what to share, you can do it in the chat. Or let's see, water bottle accessory for running. And what is that, Jay? Oh, we can't hear you.
It's a water bottle accessory for running. It's what
Oh,
you
that's
use
you.
to.
That's you. Yeah. I see. I thought it was Phil. We lost Phil.
I'm here.
Yeah. So,
I had
not,
a picture of family. Hey,
all right. It sounds good. All right. So let's just start a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. Last session, we talked about documenting, and it is. We talked about the occupational therapy practice framework, and documenting in occupational therapy is crucial. So we need to learn all the steps for proper documenting. And so the learning objectives that we're going to see today, basically, we're going to be able to define the key components of a SOAP note for documenting. We're going to be able to fill out a basic SOAP note, okay, using a short case study that we're going to review. And lastly, we're going to be able to analyze what is the patient performance, and we're going to be able to suggest any modifications for the SOAP note and make decisions about what we're going to include in the SOAP note. Okay, so the SOAP note, I know it's an odd acronym. The S stands for subjective, which is the patient's report. That's how we're going to gauge if they have any pain, if they have any symptoms. Under the subjective, we're going to be able to describe what is the patient reporting for the session. Then when we move to the O, it's going to be the objective, which is the measurable data. And that's going to be any observation that we see about the patient. It can be limited range of motion. Then if we move to the A, it will be the assessment, which is the therapist's analysis of the progress of the patient. And we're going to make a interpretation based on the subjective and the objective data. And then when we move to the P, which is the plan, it is any future planning, the treatment plan for the future sessions, and our goals are going to be included in the plan outline. So that's basically how the SOAP note is, the components of the SOAP note. Now, how do we complete a SOAP note? We have a John Doe, that's our patient. He fell. As you see, he didn't have a nice fall. He has a complaint of a shoulder pain after a fall. That will be the diagnosis. And for the subjective, we can say that the patient reports discomfort in the right shoulder when reaching overhead. And the objective, we can say that it's a limited shoulder range of motion An optimal range of motion of flexion, it is when you bring your arm up. Flexion all the way will be 180 degrees. And the patient is reporting 90 degrees flexion will be halfway. So he can't go any higher than 90 degrees. So that's where we want to document on the subjective. On the objective, which will be the degrees of flexion that the patient is experiencing. Now, we can, measure the flexion, the strength. We can do manual muscle testing. There are all kinds of assessments that you can do and include under the objective for more details. And then on the assessment plan that will be analyzing the information that we gather, as we said, the assessment would include saying that the patient has a decreased shoulder range of motion. The ROM is the range of motion, and the strength is also limited, which is impeding the ability to perform daily activities. So maybe John is having a hard time dressing and reaching for items. So we want to make sure to include all those details under the assessment. And then for the plan, again, we're thinking about the future. How are we going to tackle the therapeutic plan for the patient? So we're going to continue with the therapeutic exercises so we can improve the shoulder range of motion and the strength. We're going to add specific stretching exercises tailored to the patient, and we're going to describe how often they're going to be performing the exercises, how many repetitions. We want to make sure that everything is documented under the plan so we know for next time when we reassess in 2 weeks, we're going to be able to see if there are any advancement on the plan, if we need to change the plan, and if there are any complaints. Well, now quickly I want to do, we're going to test what we just learned. And the first question I want you to include on the chat, can you tell me what is the section of the SOAP note that contains the therapist's evaluation of the patient progress? Is it the subjective? Is it the objective? Is it the assessment? Or is it the plan? And let's see, I have a majority saying that it is C. Everyone is saying C. And the answer, it is C. So good job, everyone. Yes. Philip, you got it. Good job, Jen and Leslie and Jay. You guys are paying attention. Thumbs up for everyone. Okay. Now, when we move to the next slide, oopsie, let's see. Oh, one more. We have one more question for the group. Now, question number 2, what type of information belongs in the objective section? Is it the therapist analysis? Is it a measurable data and observation? Is it the future treatment plan? Or is it the patient's feelings? What's under the objective section? Wow, everyone is paying attention. We have all the answers here. Are we missing anyone?
Sorry, my thing is not working now. It's B.
Yes, it is B, which is the measurable data and observations. All right. You guys did amazing. All right, so for the review,